Go.
Hello and welcome to the United Daily Podcast Show, the United Pulse. I am Gene and with me is Mr. Avery. Mr. Avery, what's going on?
Toby. Not too much. I'm good, man.
All right. So yeah, good news. United have finally appointed a director of football and technical director in
Uh,
the person of Darren Fletcher. We've actually been talking about this for years, and yes, yes. Yeah, we've been talking about this for years, and finally we have our technical director and director of football. How do you feel about this?
well, it's a good thing in the. At least I think we're heading the right direction. It's not something to be too excited about because
Yeah,
we we still need feedback. Although it's not supposed to be something that will be instant, but it's something that we've been clamoring about. And what just happened? My question is, why wait until now? This is 10 games to the end of the season, and they think it's the right time to appoint the director of football. Although it's not so bad. At least we've done what we're supposed to do. Now let's see what they can do. And these guys have been, at least we know Fletcher has played for Manchester United for, has been in the frame of Manchester United for 20 years. He's a club veteran, a legend, and is back.
cult hero.
John Mott, yeah, John Mott is he's been working for United for a while. Came in as a money star, so he's been here for like 7 years, and he knows ins and outs of Manchester United. But does he have the doubt about that? And when they begin to do the things in the right direction and begin to sign the right players, not just youth players, but world class players, and they get them for good deals, then I would say I'm excited for him.
Yeah. So real quick, yeah, in the transfer news last night, I think last night we heard that Cavani's father, Luis Cavani, came out to say that his son will be leaving, that he's tired of England or the English Premier League, that he would like to leave. What does that spell? What does that mean for United moving forward?
Well, for me, I think that's the thing about all these South American players. No
Mm.
disrespect to them, and it seems we've always had a rocky relationship with the South Americans, especially the Uruguayans and the Argentines. Not
Yeah.
let's if we take a look back, that's how we keep hearing noise. What's his name? Diego Forlan's arrival to United was supposed to be like the best thing that will ever happen to United, but we all know I ended. We can talk about
Yeah.
Juan Sebastian Veron, now down to the recent one, which is this guy
Ang-
Carlos Tevez
Angel, Di-
and
Angel Di
Angel Di
Maria.
Maria. And Angel Di Maria was more or less embarrassing for us. Look at Marcus Rashford. In as much as had been on here for years. And for him, for his father to talk, it's something similar. It's probably used Manchester United to gain away. And but if you look at it on the flip side, he said he has always wanted. He also said it has always wanted to be at Boca Juniors. And the opportunity now is about to open because the story from there is that Carlos Tevez is about to hang his boots, and what wouldn't be a good time for him to go back there, and you know, and
Yeah,
replace
yeah, yeah.
a legend.
Yeah, but this sort of things tend to tends to disrupt the team. For instance, Paul Pogba's agent comes out with one thing or the other at times, and it kind of disrupts the fans, even the football of the player and also the team at times. How,
Yes.
how will this affect how will this news affect United going forward? Affect the player and affect the team as a whole.
So going forward, I feel this would have little or no impact on it. We've all seen how Ole are able to handle such instance with Paul Pogba's situation, and rather than him being frozen with it, Pogba before his injury had become one of the most influential players in the team. His gameplay and everything you can tell. All he knows how to handle it on a one-on-one basis. As long as it's not the player coming into the news to say something, but it's something that we should address in the future. We shouldn't be having um, parents or agents of players of Manchester United coming in to talk about how the players are unhappy in Manchester United or
Yeah,
something like that. But I just feel
yeah,
we have a very strong mentality to not even pay attention to that. Then again, Cavani was on his social media someone talking about how he's having a great time in Manchester United. So that's contrary to what I think. I would if it goes in the summer, so be it. Players will come and go. He
yeah.
has a culture, but we won't have better places. So what do you feel about it? What do you feel?
Well, yeah, Edison Cavani. Well, apparently it seems he wants to leave, or his father is saying that he wants to leave. I think that would actually open the door for more players or other players to come in. Haaland is probably uh, well, we could actually go for Haaland, and we'll have a longer term with such a player because he's quite young and he's a goal machine. So I'm thinking Erling
Yeah,
Haaland would well, we'll probably go all out for him, and probably go all out for one of either him or Jadon Sancho. But that doesn't leave the fact that we need a striker in this coming transfer window. We need a good striker because we can actually not depend on Anthony Martial at the time, and it seems like Marcus Rashford prefers to play on the left flank, and he actually does better when he comes from the left flank. So at the moment, we need a striker, and if Edison Cavani wants to leave, it's fine. We love him, and he's actually done well at United, and we wish him all the best in the future. All right, so moving forward, yeah, tomorrow is the Europa League. We play AC Milan on Thursday night.
yeah,
I actually, when we crashed out of the Champions League, I actually said I just got tired. I was like, I'm not going to involve myself in the Europa League, but for the
yeah.
fans, I will have to just do this for the podcast show and also for the fans. So yeah, we
Yeah.
play AC Milan tomorrow, and initially there was this thing about Ibrahimovic not playing, but right?
Yes. Yes. It's not. It's still a doubt. Ibrahimovic not playing is a major doubt. But he has been training.
Yes, it's still a doubt.
Yeah. Can you hear me? So it's going to be like a late fitness test for him. Ibra is going to be late, but it's still not sure if he's going to play. But going forward, Marcus Rashford is also an injury doubt.
Yeah, Marco.
Tomorrow is
Yes, it's
expected to
also
play.
a doubt. So how do you think we'll cope without Marcus Rashford in case he's a doubt for the game?
Okay, here's the thing about when we depend on few players in the team going forward. But I think the good side about it is we're playing a very decent AC Milan team. But this is what I think Ole is going to do with the new rejuvenated confidence in Anthony Martial based on his performance over the weekend against Man City. I expect Martial to come into that game firing on all cylinders. The fact that Rashford is not going to be there, we still have the X factor from Bruno Fernandes. James is on form, and he will probably be that kind of not your kind of regular kind of player that it's going to probably be an headache for the Milan team. But then I think I
Yeah, and
also
not
saw
forgetting we still have Marcus Rashford. Sorry,
Mason.
Mason Greenwood,
We have Mason
uh,
Greenwood, yes. So
Amad Traore.
I
So
think
Mason Greenwood can
yes,
actually top strike.
yes, but yeah, but I think he would want to use um Anthony
Anthony
Martial
Martial.
as a center forward. Yes, then use and James, whose preferred position is also on the left, and Marcus Rashford on the right. You know, and our regular
Yeah,
suspects in midfield. So that for me,
yeah,
I expect United to still win the game. Although Milan can be a team that can shock you in several ways, and one of their players could be the X factor outside Ibrahimovic is Frank Kessie. Frank Kessie is one player that has been in top form for them and has been consistent this season, and that's where we need to watch out for. I saw many other players too. Like I said, they're a very decent team, and we need to just do our best. But Ole too needs to take the initiative, and I believe he knows what he's going to do. But it's going to be a very big blow for us if Marcus Rashford can't play against West Ham because we play West Ham at the weekend, and West Ham, even if they are not a big six team, they will always be a problem. And
yeah.
we
Sure, they're always a
yeah
problem. They're
yeah
always a phone. What's his name? David Moyes
yeah and
has always
yeah
he always has a
one
score to
player.
settle with United.
Yes, then he's always having that one player that is always a big problem. When he was in Everton, he had Fellaini, who was the guy that
Manchester United, he had Adnan Januzaj. I think he's
yeah
having Jesse Lingard as his main man these days, but he won't feature.
yes yeah based on the rules.
Yeah.
So that's it. And
Okay, let's
it's
talk
also
about
yeah okay. Let's talk
yeah,
about
let's
what
talk about Dean Henderson.
Henderson.
Dean Henderson
How do you feel about Dean Henderson?
is well, he's not going to be
Yeah, the hair is
yeah,
not going
David
to
De
be
Gea is not
available
going to
this
be
season.
available for a
Yes,
couple of games, which leaves the door wide open for Dean
Dean
Henderson
Henderson.
to
Yeah,
yeah to show what he's got.
yeah.
Um, how would you think? How do you think he's going to as soon as David De Gea comes, or let's say Dean Henderson performs extremely well, keeps a lot of clean sheets, concedes less goals. Do you think that opens up the door for him to become United's number one? And do you think that means De Gea being shipped up at the end of the season or sometime down the line?
Okay. Here's the situation now. The hair is still number one this season. Henderson only has
Definitely.
5 or 6 games to prove why he could not be number one next season. The only person gets clean sheet. I expect the hair to come back and be in the post again for winning games. Now,
Yeah.
that being said, Henderson is quite different from what he brings to the table, from what David De Gea brings. We saw against Man City, and we've seen in other games how ever he comes out, he commands the area well. He's not afraid to go into the air and catch those balls. Where David De Gea prefers to stay in between the posts and wait for probably defenders to clear the ball. And how he communicates or sets up his defense is always the worry for us. Gone are those days where United don't even defend this way. We don't keep the ball this way. So back there when we were not keeping the ball, we are supposed to sit and let teams attack us. You could see David De Gea stealing lots of balls, but the system has changed. You have Anderson who could take in a counter-attacking way, could catch the ball and be able to look short. But you never see David De Gea do that. And same thing, you never see him play. It's not easy for him playing from the back. So when it comes summer, I expect us to be shipping out David De Gea instead of Henderson. But for as far as this season is concerned, we still need to give him his respect and we let him be the number one goalkeeper. That's it for me.
Definitely. So Yeah. So transfers. What do you think about? We've been linked to a couple of players recently.
Yeah. So we've been linked with Aland. We've been linked with Aland to Manchester United. That one wouldn't even go away. It's a constant thing on Manchester United. Radar. We're always keeping tabs on Aland. The agent fees and all whatnot was what made us miss him during during last summer's transfer window because people know how regular he is and how greedy sometimes it could be. Notwithstanding, I expect United to go for Alan this summer. But realistic speaking, we might not be going for him because of factors like the fact that some weeks back, United released their financial statements and um, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out with a statement saying that United might not even be going for players in the summer due to the fact that the club might not have enough money due to pandemic and all those. So I expect us to have little or no impact in the transfer market. I expect us to also bring in players, and lots of players also will leave in Manchester United when Mata is set to leave because he's barely getting any action, and probably at the end of the season we might not activate his 1 year extension. Um, I expect United might likely use Lingard as a leverage, as he has discovered his form in deals with maybe West Ham for Declan Rice, who has also been linked with United. But in all, I expect us to get a central defender, a central midfielder, sorry, a central defensive midfielder. That's where we're lacking. And someone, not just a central defensive midfielder who knows how to defend, but someone who knows how to play the ball, who knows how to distribute the ball and take the ball from the back to the midfield. In terms of when we talk about transition play, um, Matic has not been in his best. I think old age has caught up with him. McTominay and Fred, in as much as they've tried, they are not the best of partnership when it comes to long term of what we need in our defense. They are both central midfielders, and now we feel about that. We also need a defender, central defender. If Varane is available in the summer, then we should go for him. If not, we should look for somebody who is also best suited for Harry Maguire because we all know Eric Riley is always one injury away from going back to the doctor's hospital. So it's going to be a very exciting summer to look at. I hopefully we finish strong and second for the UEFA Champions League slot. It's been wonderful coming here to talk about all things Manchester United. Follow us on Twitter at Daily NG for updates, Instagram, and make sure you like and subscribe to our page. It's a pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a lovely day. Peace out and enjoy.